Hey, welcome back. I'm Lemon, and I'm making Patch Quest, the only rogue VANIA game where you can mount and ride every monster in the game. And when riding a monster, you can use a variety of its animal-inspired skills. So for the past 3 months, I've been working on the game's first major update, the JURASSIC update. And it's a big one, adding 2 entirely new zones to the game. To celebrate, Patch Quest is being sold at 20% off for the next few weeks. You can find the Steam page in the box below, but I'll talk more about that later. At the center of the volcanic zone lies METEOR Mountain, an active volcano. Only the strongest explorers will be able to scale its snaking passageways without getting burnt to a crisp. Rumor has it there exists a way to calm the volcano and make it up safely, but it's found deep within the fossil zone, where vicious prehistoric monsters roam. I've added a bunch of different sub-habitats to each zone, with their own unique hazards. And hidden deep in the furthest corner is a gigantic snake monster, the ruler of these lands. So together, these new zones make up the northeast corner of the map, meaning the game now has 8 completed zones out of a planned total of 12. That's 2/3. It's important to me that every zone feels unique and memorable, so I also went back and made some improvements to the Zen and the Hive zones. In particular, I've added some new battle types. In the Zen zone, I'm trying to emphasize traps and ambushes, whereas in the Hive zone, it's all about insect swarms. And of course, the world map is much larger now, but that's a little bit of a spoiler, so let's cut to the next section. I've been spending a lot of time tweaking the game's level generators. So Patchlantis is made out of a series of open clearings, or rooms, connected by a maze of pathways, or corridors. A lot of the battle rooms will now contain an obstacle, often some kind of hazardous plant. They make the rooms a little bit harder to fight in, but many of them are actually double-edged, and with some skillful play you can lure monsters into them, or detonate them when a monster is nearby. It adds just a little bit of strategy to the combat, and I think that the battle rooms are in a really good place right now. However, the corridors have always had a bit more of an identity crisis. If they're filled with obstacles and monsters, they become a chaotic mess very quickly. But if they're not full of obstacles, players would often just run through them and skip them. I've been trying to find the right balance for a long time now, without all that much luck. Ultimately, I had to go back to the drawing board and work out their true purpose within the game. Battle rooms are supposed to be a test of skill. They're fast-paced and dangerous, and they have the potential to end your run. Instead of doing more of the same with corridors, I figured it's better to make them a counterbalance to the rooms. So they're now filled with a lot more pickups, indicated by these shiny sparkles that you'll find on some monsters and plants. By collecting them, you beef up your stats and you make the combat rooms easier to deal with. And you're also going to find just more health pickups and stamina pickups in corridors than you did before. Do remember that the difficulty level of monsters increases every 3 battles or so you're soon going to fall behind if you don't collect any power-ups. But equally, when you're near the end of your run, you can often skip collecting the power-ups in a mad dash to reach your destination. So there's a certain amount of risk-reward. So basically, the corridors are now obstacle courses where you can power up your character. They have a medium challenge level so that you can experiment with different mounts and learn how to clear new obstacles and gather the pickups that you're going to need to beat tougher battles. Some of these changes are subtle, but I think you'll really feel the difference when you try out the Jurassic update for yourself. I've also made some HUD improvements. Your stamina meter now looks like a stopwatch and it drains in a circular pattern. That's because I'm trying to make it more clear that your stamina drains over time rather than when you use skills. Therefore, to make the most of your stamina, you need to use your skills as frequently as possible. You'll also now see little cooldown indicators below the player that help clarify when your skills are off cooldown. Previously, you had to look at the side of the screen to figure this out, and it could take your attention away from the combat just a little bit too much. And you can also now see the alternative skins for monsters in the Records tab, but you'll have to mount each skin before it will be visible here. So overall, I got a lot done in the last few months, but there's still a lot more to do. Patchlantis is now 2/3 completed with 8 of its 12 planned zones. So the next step is to add the Swamp Zone and the Glacier Zone to the map. They'll be found in the southwest corner down here. This means that I need to add new habitats, new plants, new boss battles, and of course, new mounts. I'm also going to add the Patch Quest community's most commonly requested feature. In your base camp, you can currently keep 5 different pet monsters and the various plants that they need to stay fed and happy. And you can then summon these pets to help you while you're out questing. But what I'm going to do is expand your base camp somehow so that you can keep many more pet monsters, perhaps even 1 of every species. And then from all of your pets, equip 5 as the ones that you're going to take on your next run. Work is going to start on update 2, the Undersea update, immediately, and I'll be posting regular update videos on this channel as usual. If you want to help support development, the best way is to buy Patch Quest on Steam. As I mentioned before, it's 20% off for the next few weeks. And the second best way is to leave a like and a comment so that Algorithm Senpai will notice me. I'm the only developer working on Patch Quest, and so your support really is everything. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching.